Last week I had the privilege of preparing a speech for my public speaking group and also presenting the same speech at a company summit here in Prague. Given the audience, I decided to talk about stress, burnout, and motivation with understaffed teams. Whether you are currently leading a team or considering a leadership role, this video is perfect for you. Let's begin. What is the size of your team? Is it a team of 4, 10, 20 people? Different team sizes come with different challenges. And while this video was created with smaller teams in mind, the principles that I will talk about can still be applied equally to larger teams. Smaller teams face a significant challenge. They need to protect the company, and they also need to deliver a similar amount of work as their larger counterparts. Without getting into complex mathematics, because I suck at mathematics, the output of your team is roughly equal to the amount of people that you have times the number of tasks performed. And in this case, I assume there is no automation. It should be clear based on this equation that if we need to increase the output of your team or maintain it at an unsustainable level, the quality will suffer and burnout will ensue, as the people are the weakest link in this equation. Over the years, I've realized that pushing through stress and burnout is a really bad idea. However, I strongly believe that with the right processes and the right motivation factors, teams can push through the toughest times while preserving their sanity. Today, I will share 2 ingredients with you that will boost the motivation and the resilience of your team. Let's begin with the first ingredient, empowerment. Not everyone is comfortable with the idea of empowerment because empowerment implies responsibility, and responsibility can be quite scary. Remember that famous saying, with great empowerment comes great responsibility? Something like that. Empowerment starts when you delegate responsibility to your people or your direct reports with the appropriate guidance to make sure that they don't stray off course. For example, you might assign a critical project to one of your direct reports and ask him or her to lead the project from the beginning to the end to make sure that the project is successful. You are empowering the person to lead. And empowerment can go even further when you allow and encourage your direct reports to explore additional areas of competence, which allow them to expand their skills and build their self-confidence. A direct report who is enthusiastic about learning and personal growth becomes a valuable asset to any team. Such individuals are rare, but they are able to power through challenging times and provide crucial support to the rest of the team. Now, as I mentioned before, not everyone likes to feel empowered, but everyone likes to feel respected. Respect is the second ingredient. But this respect is not your typical flavor of respect, which I call passive respect. And passive respect to me is when you say something like, I respect you as my coworker because you are a person, because you are a human being, or because you are my colleague, or because human resources is watching. This respect, which I call active respect, is a form of empowerment. And here are a few examples. The first instance or the first idea is make sure that your direct reports understand that you are not better than them. You are a leader, but you are not perfect. You should stand beside your team rather than forcing them to follow the company's agenda. This resonates with me quite a lot because I am a technical manager, and so I still understand and empathize with my team's challenges. Maintaining this understanding as you move up the ladder is essential for you to become a good manager rather than becoming just another lousy manager, and there are plenty of them out there. The second example that I have is keep your direct reports in the loop and up to speed with everything that is happening around. Keeping your team informed is one of the biggest displays of respect that you can aim for, because you are indirectly telling them that they matter enough so that you keep them informed. Now, this does not mean that you have to dump every piece of information on them. This is a case-by-case type of situation, because as your team grows, it's not scalable to micro-inform them. And yes, I just coined a new term. Now, let me give you another reason or reasons for you to keep the information flowing between you and your direct reports. Raise your hand if your Slack and your email drives you crazy. Raise your hand again if you miss some notifications in less critical chats. I'm guilty of this. And this is normal because we cannot sit and spend the entire day checking email and Slack. If you pay attention to some notifications and your direct reports pay attention to the rest and you keep sharing this information between both of you, you are both less likely to miss any critical and non-critical notifications. By keeping them informed, they become essentially an extension of you, an extra pair of eyes, especially when you are overloaded and not paying attention, which is something that is perfectly acceptable when you are a manager and you have a lot in your mind and on your plate. Keep the information flowing, folks, because it benefits both parts. Another example of active respect is asking your direct reports for their input on critical decisions. And as a manager, it's quite easy for you to decide the agenda and then simply push the projects and the tasks onto your direct reports. However, this is not really a smart move. And the reason is because your direct reports should be stakeholders in the decision-making process. This means that when it comes to decide OKRs, roadmaps, and the future of the team, your team should sit at a table with you in order to brainstorm and agree on a plan that makes both parties happy. Skin in the game will ensure they drive the agenda together with you rather than because of you or because of the company. You are probably wondering why are empowerment and respect such powerful words, especially in combination. Because they tap into two fundamental needs that resonate with everyone. The first one is the need to grow and develop, and the second one is the need to feel valued and that one's work has a meaning. And to me, the second one is hands down the most critical. Consider this. Would you rather go to the gym because your buddies are pushing you to go to the gym or because you decided to go? When people are part of the decision-making process, the tasks and projects that follow typically have the stamp of approval from those involved. As a consequence, these tasks tend to encounter less resistance because they were collectively agreed upon rather than imposed. Your direct reports will feel that they are not simply existing and just working for the company and following orders. They will feel they are driving the agenda they have agreed and decided upon. So Spartan leaders, from this day on, your motto is empower and respect. These two words will help you push through the toughest times with your kick-ass team standing beside you. And there you have it, Spartan leaders. Two words that can transform your demoralized and burned out team from paper tigers into a force resembling the warriors from the movie 300. Feel free to leave a comment below, and if you are speechless, answer the question Android or iOS. Until next time, stay safe, stay paranoid.